without getting the proper help, it is going to be a big problem when you're trying to actually do everything that needs to happen inside of your business. When I first decided that I wanted to hire a virtual assistant, I said to myself, I want to be able to do more of the important activities of the business. When we first start a business, it's a lot of different things that you need to do, right? Your hands is in a lot of different places. And then at some point, I said, all right, I'm a coach. My thing is and this is as I started learning what are the most important things that I should be doing in my business. I said, okay, as a coach, I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my people, sharing with them what needs to be shared, helping them grow, thrive, doing what I need to do on that front, right? Because that's part of the fulfillment, right? And because I am the personal brand of my business, I'm going to be the person that's coaching them. As I grow, I'll continue to coach, but I'll bring on a team. At this point, this is years ago now. At this point, I said, all right, now I need to get somebody who can do the admin, start doing more of the admin tasks so I can start focusing more on my craft in terms of bringing people in, right? So now I get an assistant. This assistant focuses on what type of activities, and that's part of what I want to share in this video is what are some of the things you really want to have your virtual assistant doing. So your virtual assistant is going to be doing certain things such as, one, checking email. Your goal as a coach, or you might be doing other kind of professional services, but your goal as a coach is to do what the core activities of what people are paying you to do, which is one, fulfillment, but then two, what's going to bring in revenue. So anything really, especially when it comes to non-revenue generating activities, those are the things you really want to delegate first, because you're the person is going to be best to sell your program, at least up until you start getting salespeople and things of that nature. So first thing is you don't have to stop checking email, right? Or don't check it as frequently yourself. So what I have my assistant do is she focuses on starring certain emails, or we do a daily standing meeting, which we meet for usually about 15 to 30 minutes. And she lets me know what are some of the pertinent emails that I need to have going to the next day. So, or from the previous day, and then I'll go in and then I'll check those emails. Because some people get your email address, or certain things is just not necessary for you to check, and I could be spending a lot of time just checking things and doing activities that's not necessary for me to really do at this time. So that's one. Doing the emails. Another thing you can have them doing is doing like a lot of the password resets, having them bring in new members into the program. So my assistant, she also does the onboarding of it. So when we get a new member, you want to make sure they get brought in right. So you can do it, and I did it myself for a long time, but at some point you want to get somebody to come in and then say, okay, this is how you access the content. This is how you log in. Believe it or not, you got to share, especially if you got older clients, some of them you got to share even how to log in. This is how you log in. If you have the app, this is how you use the app. This is how you access all of the resources, part of the programs, your worksheets, your videos, etc. How do you access that? How do you watch the replays? If you provide replays, give them, hey, this is what you need to do in terms of getting access to the group. These are the types of things that we do inside of the group. So you really want to walk them through what the entire experience looks like. Well, however, that takes time to do. Sometimes your onboarding calls could be 20, 30, even 60 minutes to make sure somebody's brought on, because their first introduction into your program is very key, especially like that first week to 2 weeks, and then really after that is most important. The first week is important, and then especially the first 30 days, right? First week you want to do great, and then the first 30 days you want to be doing good in terms of like their experience. So that takes time to actually do, but when you have somebody like a virtual assistant who could do those things for you, then that takes a load off your shoulders, because now you don't have a bunch of hours spending doing that activity. So that could be another thing that you have them doing. Another thing is could be social media. So maybe you work 9 to 5, maybe you're just busy, you're at home, you got different things going on, but you know that you need to be consistent on social media or posting. Well, why not shoot a video and send it to them, have them edit it, have them do the description, have them do the post. You can have them repurpose your content, like they can take a video, they can put it on YouTube, they can take a clip from the YouTube video, and then they can put that on Instagram, and they can take a quote from that clip, and they can take that quote and they can put it on Twitter, right? Or they can put it on Facebook. So there's different ways you can have them repurpose your content, but you can have them do that so you can start make sure that you're posting consistently. I would have them also doing, if there's any type of research you need done, you can have them doing research. Depending on where you're at in your business, if there's certain reports that they need to provide, I would have them provide those reports. For me, I have my assistant, she provides me with a daily report of, leads, sales, different activities that we did that's part of the business and helps drive growth of the program and of the business. She provides me with those numbers and with those metrics. So that saves me a lot of time on that end. If there's any kind of invoices or anything of that nature that needs to be sent out, she does that. Any kind of follow-up, she does that. Anybody who has any kind of, they need anything logistical. How do I access this? The link to this? Can I get the, where did Coach T say, that was at, right? So all of those inquiries that would usually come to me, that would take time. And so now I can offload all of that time and all of that effort onto my assistant, and that helps. You can also have them doing, any kind of, depending on if it's, executive assistant or virtual assistant, whatever, but there might be certain personal things you have them do too. If it's certain things online you need them to pay for, if it's credit card bills, right? Sometimes that comes with trust, depending on how long, you're working with them or what, or if you just kind of trust them, you can have them, do some of those activities too. The main thing is this: regardless of, we all have a certain amount of time in a day. Your goal is the more people that you serve, the more revenue that you would generate. The less people that you serve and help, i.e., speak to over the phone and really see how you can help them and work with and enroll them in your program, the less money you're gonna make. So if you're bogged down with all of these different activities that has nothing to do with you generating revenue, then you're not going to generate revenue. But if you do more activities, if you do sales calls, if you do the webinars, and you do activities that are directly related to you generating revenue, then you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how much revenue you would actually make, because you're spending your time and your energy doing that. Ooh-wee. Getting some breakthroughs. We're getting some breakthroughs. So make sure that you do that. Now, when you're looking at bringing on a virtual assistant, you want to kind of think about a few things. You want to look at, you want to have one, what is everything that you need them to do? So what I did was I just took out a sheet of paper and I said, okay, what do I need them to do? And I just started writing things down. If you're not really sure what you need them to do, I would take a week and just do all of the normal activities that you do throughout the week, and everything that is not directly related to you generating revenue, meaning, am I actually on a phone call, a consultation call, a strategy call, a sales call with somebody that's directly related to revenue? If you're doing like a webinar or a training, and at the end somebody will be buying something, that action is directly related to revenue. If there's anything that is not directly related to this activity bringing in me more revenue, you want to make sure that you write those things down and consider those to be, non-revenue generating activities, and don't kind of do things that, oh well, this could lead to revenue. Maybe, well, if I did this type of post, and this post could take somebody to my website. Not right, not like indirectly. If it's not directly related to you generating revenue, you want to write it down on a sheet of paper, do it in a week, and then say, okay, based on everything that I'm doing here, what is the least enjoyable? Whatever is the least enjoyable, you do that. Whatever the least enjoyable, you delegate that out. If it is the hardest to do, then what you're going to do is you're going to also delegate that out too. Cool. So hardest to do, least enjoyable to do, and that is going to actually help you be able to get those things off your plate so you can start generating more revenue. Cool. So let's go out, get some things going, generate some revenue, and make your impact on the world. All right, if you want to see more videos like this, definitely go check out my other videos on really growing and scaling your business. All right, I'll see you in the next video.